Hello friend, welcome to my YouTube channel Mechanical Design Adda. In this video, we will discuss the basic GD&T questions that are generally asked for the post of design engineer, production engineer and the inspection engineer. So this one is a part 2. If you are not seeing the part 1, then you will get the link in the description. Go and check out the video. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon, because we are daily uploading the videos on Creo software tutorials, some design guidelines and the mechanical engineering and GD&T tutorials, mechanical objective for the competitive exam, mechanical job notification, interview questions that generally ask for the post of design engineer, and previous year solved question paper. So if you are in the mechanical field, you must subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. So let's move towards the topic. So first question is, what is ASME Y14.5 2018? ASME Y14.5 2018 is the latest standard. So previous standard is ASME Y14.5 2009. The ASME stand for American Society of Mechanical Engineer, and Y14.5 is the standard number. A lot of people are confusing in a Y14.5. They think that Y is the number and 14 is the symbol and 5 is the that categories, but it is not true. Y14.5 is the standard number, and M is indicate that the standard is in metric, and 2018 or 2009 standard was officially approved. So second question is, what is GD&T and why it's required? So GD&T is nothing but the geometric dimensioning and tolerancing. So it is a common language used in the design, production and the inspection department. Basically the GD&T is used on the engineering drawing, and it is focusing on the functionality of the part, and also it will provide the interchangeability in the assembly. GD&T provides the more tolerance, and because of that it provides the interchangeability and reduces the scrap and rework, and it also defines how to design and dimensional the part and maximize the quality of the product. The next question is GD&T provide any information related to how to manufacture or achieve the specified thing showing on the drawing? So the answer is here, GD&T doesn't provide any information related to how to manufacture or how we can achieve the specification. So this one is a very important question. So you might get this question in the interview. The next question is, what is a feature control frame? So the feature control frame we use to apply the geometric tolerancing. So in that there are the different compartments. So here you can see that the first compartment is the geometric characteristic symbol, then after the tolerance zone, and then after the tolerance and material condition if required, and then we have the primary, secondary and the tertiary datum. Like this the compartments of the feature control frame, and it used to apply the GD&T on the drawing. The question is, what is the difference between cylindrical tolerance zone and the square tolerance zone? First one we will discuss the square tolerance zone. So in the square tolerance zone, it is formed by plus or minus dimension. In the square tolerance zone, if you see here, from the center it is not equal distance from the center. If you see from the center or diagonally, at some point it is a highest tolerance and at some point it is a lowest tolerance, and this tolerance not having the equal tolerance from the center. Because of that there is a more scrap and a less tolerance available. So in that question you will understood how the GD&T will reduces the scrap. Here you can see that this cylindrical tolerance zone having the equal tolerance from the center, and in the next the comparison of square and the circular tolerance zone. Here you can see that in the hatching portion this is the more tolerance zone compared to the square tolerance zone. So how you will get the cylindrical tolerance zone? By applying the GD&T or by applying the geometrical control to the feature of size. This is the importance of cylindrical tolerance zone in the GD&T over the square tolerance zone. The next question is that what type of geometric tolerance has no datum feature? So as we know that the form tolerance does not have the datum feature. Next question is which form tolerance is the most commonly used? Related to the form tolerance, the flatness is most commonly used geometrical control. Also the positioning is most commonly used in the location control. The next question is datum feature identifying letter must be any letter of alphabet except. In GD&T for the datum feature we don't use IOQ, because if we use the IOQ it will create the confusion with 1 0 like this, so it will create the confusion. So because of that we don't use the IOQ letter for the datum feature. Next question is the all around and in between symbol are used with what control? So the all around and between symbol we use for the profile tolerance. So next question is what is MMC and LMC? So the MMC is nothing but the maximum material condition, and the definition is like that the feature of size with the maximum amount of material within stated limit of size. So what does mean? So if the feature having the more material, then the maximum material of that size is nothing but the maximum material condition. The least material condition, the feature of size having the less amount of material within the stated limit of size. Suppose I have one pin here having the diameter 10 and tolerance is plus or minus 5. So here the maximum material condition of the pin is 10.5. So the maximum material, for the shaft it is the maximum amount of material, so it is 10.5. and similarly the less material of the shaft, so when the shaft having the less material for the minimum size, so when the shaft having the less material at the minimum size, so here the minimum material condition is 9.5. Suppose I have the whole feature in the plate having the diameter of 10 and plus minus 0.5 tolerance, then the maximum material condition for the hole is having the less diameter, because if the less diameter is there having the more material, so the maximum material condition for the hole is having the less diameter, and here is 9.5 diameter of the hole. And similarly with the least material condition for the hole is 10.5 having the more diameter of the hole. The next question is what is mean by true position and the true profile? The true position is nothing but the theoretically exact location of feature of size established by the basic dimension, and the true profile is nothing but the theoretical exact profile of feature established by the basic dimension. With the help of basic dimension we are locating the feature, that theoretically exact location is called as true position, and with the help of basic dimension we are locating some profile, and the the theoretical exact that profile is called as a true profile. Next question is, what is the difference between the flatness and the straightness? When we use the straightness, if you want the straight line surface and if you want the straightness of axis, at that time we use the straightness. And when the cylindrical geometry of the shaft subjected to twist, at that time the straightness of axis is important. So the straightness is used to control the straight line of surface and the straightness of axis for the revolving component. The straightness is the line measurement. If you apply the straightness to the surface, then it will create the two parallel line tolerance zone, and if we apply the straightness to the diameter, then it will create the cylindrical tolerance zone for the axis. And the straightness is a line measurement and the flatness is a surface measurement in a 2D. So if you apply the flatness to the surface, it will create the two parallel plane tolerance zone, or you can call it as a thickness tolerance zone. So it will create the thickness throughout the surface. So in that tolerance zone, the part must be lies. The next question is the what is the difference between circularity and the cylindricity, and when we use the circularity and the cylindricity. Let's discuss one by one. Circularity, we can call it as a roundness. We are measuring at a different section. We are measuring the circularity or the form of that object. We are measuring at a different section, that is a 2D measurements. And for the cylindricity, we are measuring circularity along the axis. That means here we are measuring in the cylindricity, we are measuring the straightness and the circularity. So it is an cylindrical measurement. Circularity forms two concentric circle tolerance zone and cylindricity forms two concentric cylinder tolerance zone. And circularity is used where short length pin shaft circular part, where the short length is available, at that time we applied the circularity to the object. And if the long pin shaft or the circular part is there, at that time we can apply the cylindricity. The next question is, how do you fix the workpiece for the measurement of circularity and cylindricity? So here the question is that how we can fix the workpiece to measure the circularity and the cylindricity. So we can use as a spindle, as a precision spindle. On the spindle we can place the workpiece and measure with the help of CMM. So in the first picture you can see that the precision spindle, using that precision spindle we are measuring the circularity and placing the workpiece on the rotating spindle. And in the next option is placing the workpiece on the V block and measuring the circularity or the cylindricity with the help of dial indicator. The next question is, what is the difference between circular runout and the total runout, and when we use the runout? As we know that the runout is a composite tolerance used to control the one or more feature of the part to the datum axis during the full 360 rotation of datum about the datum axis. So the runout is the composite tolerance used to control the relationship of one or more feature to a datum axis during a full 360 rotation about the datum axis. Runout is a composite tolerance and used to control the relationship of one or more feature and having the 360 rotation of the part. So it will control the form, location and orientation, but the runout must be applied at regardless of feature size, that is RFS. We don't use any material condition. like maximum or maximum or least material condition we don't apply here. So here there is no consideration of bonus tolerance. So circular runout is used to control the cross section of feature. At each cross section, that is a 2D measurement, we check the runout of that object by rotating the workpiece. So in the rotational movement, we check the at the different cross section, we check the runout. So it is a circular runout is a 2D measurement. And the circular runout measure the circularity and the concentricity of the feature, and the total runout, it is the control of entire surface with respect to the data. And this total runout is a 3D measurement. The total runout measure the cylindricity and the concentricity, and it is a tight measurement. In the total runout we have to take the complete reading. In the picture you can see that at a different cross section we have take the readings, and the average of that reading is the circular runout, and the total of that reading is called as the total runout. So when we use the runout, if the object is rotating at a high speed under high stresses, so at the for the revolving component we can use the runout. So what is the difference between profile of line and the profile of surface? So as we know that the profile of line, it is a sectional measurement, that is a line measurement, and the profile of surface, it is a complete surface measurement. The profile tolerance is very important for the like a complicated profile like a cam profile, turbine blade profiles, complicated shapes, and the sheet metal cutting profile. For that also we applied the profile tolerance. Next question is, when we use the flatness. Flatness is the most commonly used geometrical control. We can apply the flatness to the mounting surface or at the sealing surface or to the appearance surface. So these are the application of the flatness where you can use. The next question is, what are the types of dimension in engineering drawings? There are 4 types of dimension in the engineering drawings. Like first one is the tolerance dimension, that is a plus or minus dimensioning, and the reference dimension, basic dimension, and the inspection dimension. So we are applying the plus or minus tolerance to the dimension. That dimension is called as tolerance dimension. The reference dimension we are showing in the bracket for the reference and the visualization purpose only. They don't need to check. Suppose while working on the drawing you have completely defined the component, but you want to show some extra dimension for the reference purpose. So at that time the dimension must be in the bracket, because you are providing the extra dimension to the inspection for the reference and the visualization purpose only. Third one is the basic dimension. So the definition of the basic dimension is like that: the theoretical exact dimension is called as the basic dimension, but as we know that the exact dimension we can't be manufacture. Whenever we are using the basic dimension, at that time we are applying the GD&T, or we are applying the geometrical control over that dimension, so that indirectly with the help of geometric control we are providing the tolerance. So the basic dimension we are providing, but we are applying the geometrical control. So indirectly we are giving the tolerance. The interview may ask regarding the basic dimension and its important. Inspection dimension. So sometime on the drawings we highlighted that this dimension must be inspected. For that purpose we are applying the inspection dimension like this in the slotted box like this. So the next question is, why datum is not required for the form tolerance? As you know that in the form tolerance we have the straightness, flatness, circularity, and the cylindricity. we can understood with the help of measuring technique. So in the straightness we are measuring the straightness of surface and the straightness of axis. In the flatness we are measuring the surface. In the circularity we are measuring the circularity at a section, and in the cylindricity we are measuring the circularity along the axis. Here we are not taking any reference for the measurement. So for that purpose we don't use any datum for the form tolerance.